some messages here, Libra, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with your reading. So this reading is good for the month of April. It will cover the energies of the past, present, and future. Your present being the moment that you view this reading. This is for my Libra suns, Libra moons, and Libra risings, and those on the cusp. Spirit, what are the messages and energies that you have for Libra this month? For my Libra suns, Libra moons, and Libra risings. What are the messages and energies that you have for Libra? Libra suns, Libra moons, and Libra risings. Spirit, what are the messages and energies that you have for Libra for their mid-month forecast? This is for my Libra suns, Libra moons, and Libra risings. Again, this is a general reading, so it will not resonate with everyone. For the most accurate reading, come get a private reading with me. Okay. In the recent past, you have the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the World. Going into the present, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Tower, the Hierophant, and the Fool. Lots of major arcanas this month. Big changes, big transformations. Going into the future, you have the Eight of Wands reversed. I'm seeing a pattern here with the sevens and the eights. Very interesting. The Hangman reversed, the Hermit in reverse, and the Queen of Wands reversed. Coming up with the Nine of Swords in reverse. Your outcome is the Two of Swords reversed. Okay, guys, if you would like to go see the full reading, please just visit the link at the bottom of the video description, and you can get the full reading there. Otherwise, I'm going to continue on for my Patreon supporters. Thank you for joining me. Okay, guys, in the recent past, I'm coming up with the Eight of Swords. So this could be you in the last 2 weeks or so. It could be longer than that. The Eight of Swords talks about feeling stuck or like you are trapped. And this might have been, you in a situation where your hands were tied. But the issue with the Eight of Swords is that she has a blindfold on. And so she's really not seeing that she can get herself out of the situation. So there's a little bit of martyrdom involved in this card, kind of a victim mentality. So this does represent a period of maybe feeling like you are feeling trapped or stuck or in some situation that you didn't feel like you had a lot of power, not a lot of personal power. Next, we have the Seven of Swords. So this to me represents someone who is strategizing and doing things that might be just considered deceptive or under the radar. Also, this can represent you leaving a situation, you leaving a long-term relationship, or you planning something, having plans, planning to get away with something, or planning to, leave a situation behind. There's a lot of mental planning involved here. And I think what I'm seeing here is you possibly trying to get out of one situation, but maybe getting yourself into another one. Because I see him kind of leaving this Three of Wands behind and moving towards this Eight of Swords. So just be careful. I think what I'm seeing here is, I wanted to say just be careful, but these are energies in the past position, so there isn't probably much I could tell you in terms of advice here. Really, I just see a lot of mental planning and possibly you were trying to get out of some situation. With the Three of Wands, there is foresight and planning here, growth, potential. You may have been contemplating a move or long-term investment or travel opportunity. I see you maybe trying to get away from something, getting away from maybe a long-term relationship, or trying to get out of the way of some kind of opportunity that presented itself to you. Now, with the World, what I'm seeing here is that whatever the situation was has sort of been wrapped up. I think you had your sights set on a future, a bright future, and I think that you have learned a really big lesson this month. And this can represent a graduation or a completion, a lesson learned. This is really a wonderful card. It tells me that a cycle has ended and a new cycle is beginning for you in the middle of April. Going into the present, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is you reaping the rewards of your efforts, starting to see results. Something has come to a conclusion for you in a very big way. There's a life lesson that you've learned, and you're starting to see the results of your efforts paying off. I feel like you got yourself out of the situation or left it behind. And so this is really excellent to see the Seven of Pentacles here this week for you, Libra. Now I also have the Tower next to the Hierophant and the Fool coming up for you this week, Libra. And so the Tower to me represents change, transformation, definitely. Something really big happening for you. Now this could be you leaving a relationship, leaving a job behind, or having a sudden realization about something in your life. Whatever it is, I also seek, possibly a new job for you here with the Hierophant, or you conforming in some way in your life. This could be meeting a partner, realizing that you're with someone that you could marry or have a long-term commitment with. This can also represent realizing perhaps that you have to do the right thing here. And I think that this is also a card of, lessons being learned. And this card really talks about the Hierophant. Who has been your teacher? Or how have you been a teacher to someone else? Whose rules are you following? And do those rules make sense to you now? Because I think there's a realization in your life that has to do with conforming to some degree to what society has been telling you all along. And I think you're starting to see the results of something you've done, something you've changed. There's some big transformation that is happening for you as we speak. And this transformation, I think, is starting to pay off for you. It could be a difference in your thought process, how you think about things, how you see things. Also, we have the Fool here. I've been seeing this a lot for people. This is new beginnings. This is you having a fresh start, going on a new adventure. And also, this is the beginning of the major arcana. So, really powerful energies here coming in for you. I see, like, for you this week, really reaping the rewards. Really, things are starting to pay off for you. You're starting to see the rewards of the seeds you planted many months ago start to come to fruition. And then I see this dramatic transformation in either the way you think about things or with regards to some institution that you belong to. Because the Hierophant represents large institutions, religious institutions, organizations, businesses, jobs. Perhaps you left one job and are going to another, and you're starting to see you're on a new adventure, you're on a new journey. You don't know what to expect yet, but you are full of potential. So I very much feel like some of you are starting a new phase in your career, or a new phase in your job, or in possibly a relationship this week. Going into the future, we have the 8 of Wands reversed. So 8, 7, 8, 7. This is the second 8 we got in this reading. And the 8s do talk about growth and change as well. And here with the 8 of Wands reversed, I see like some issues with maybe some delays coming up in the future in terms of communications, in terms of maybe being on hold, hearing back from someone. You may be waiting for things to kind of progress, to get to sort of ramp up. And what I'm seeing with these 2 cards is perhaps you're not getting the messages, aren't coming through, or there's some missed messages here. There could be delays in travel as well. And really, this tells me that you've been doing a lot of thinking about it. Your hands are tied maybe at the moment, and you just have this brilliant halo around your head, which to me represents a brilliant new idea. But maybe it's just not quite, the timing is not quite right yet for you to kind of implement the things that you want to implement, or for the timing maybe not right for these messages to come through. I see some delays there. So you're on hold. And what I also see is with the Hermit in reverse, that there's a period of withdrawal that you go through. And I sort of see you going back into your shell, going back into some kind of antisocial behavior where you may be kind of withdrawing from the world for a bit. And, you know, he's shining his light on the Hangman here. This is all about, I really feel like you're incubating some kind of idea in your head. This is something you don't want to share with the world, or you feel maybe unsafe in terms of getting it out into the open. But what I'm seeing here is that it's based on some messaging or some messages that you're waiting on. And my caution here is for you to stay too much in your head, because the light moves from his head down to kind of his heart, sort of down to into his soul. So I sort of see you taking the energy into yourself, taking those ideas and really holding on to them, and maybe not really listening to what those intuitions are saying to you. What is your intuition saying to you? What is that little voice saying to you? There's a message that's trying to come through. There's an idea that you have, and you're not communicating it, I don't think. I think you're keeping a lot of stuff inside, or holding on to a lot of things. With the Queen of Wands reversed, coming up with the 9 of Swords reversed, this is a fire energy in your life coming up for me. It's a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. It could be a female here. And this is a creative person, but I think they're going through some kind of creative block. And they're under too much pressure, is what I'm saying. This person feels like they're under too much pressure. And I think that what's happening is a lot of this creative energy is kind of being blocked. Now, we end with the outcome being the 2 of Swords reversed, which is can mean that you've really come in touch with your true feelings about someone, or some pain coming to the surface again. So you maybe are reminded of something, and either way, this is a good card. I think it's better in the reverse because it tells me that you are able to come off the fence about something. You're able to decide. But I think it's only after you've been under some kind of pressure that you are forced to make a decision. I'm not sure that you are really wanting to make that decision. I have a feeling that there's some reluctance to do so, but it really has to do with, you know, there being energy that is blocked or is not missed messages or messages that are really not coming through, that you're really focused on that. And I don't know what those messages are. So let's see if we can get some more information. You know, I'm actually being called to put down another card here. Spirit, can you show me what messages do the Eight of Wands reverse refer to? What are some of those messages that Libras are waiting on here? So what are these blocked energies? Just see some blocked energies. What are these blocked energies referring to? The Magician. The Magician says to me, it can happen now. You know, it's about manifesting. It's about sometimes seduction. It's about having all this power. It's a lot of personal power. But to me, it says it can happen now. But with the Eight of Wands reversed, these are the arrows of passion and they're blocked. So it can mean like, you know, you're waiting on a message from someone, you're waiting on some kind of romantic message, some kind of thing to happen romantically. And it's saying it can happen now, but, you know, I still see that you're waiting. I still see things on hold. You're very much in your head here. And then it goes back. It goes even further with the Hermit reverse. It's sort of you're becoming reclusive again, and I think it's affecting your creativity this month, or it could be affecting another fire sign in your life who feels like they're just under so much pressure with you. But a decision is made. I think someone comes off the fence about it at the end of the day. So let's see what the Oracle has. What is the one message Libra needs to hear this month going into May that's going to guide them? Excuse me. It's going to guide them on their highest spiritual destiny, on their highest spiritual path. What is the one message Libras need to hear this month that will guide them on their highest spiritual path? Coming together. Okay. I think this resonates with the Two of Cups in the Minor Arcana, which is a lovely card. It does talk about relationships and partnerships, and could be a business partnership, could be a romantic partnership. So let's take a look. Keywords are harmony, romance, healing, commitment. Oh yes, here's the commitment right here. Perhaps a new commitment coming into your life, a new relationship. This is a card of partnership and harmony. It suggests a new romance or a deepening of an existing one. You may find that a current friendship blossoms into something more, or an exciting new love steps into your life. When this card appears, it often signifies taking love to the next level. Oh yes, I definitely see that here. Is it time for you to make a greater commitment to any of your relationships? Perhaps you'll find that a partner is now ready to commit more fully to the relationship. Marriage or a union of some kind may be on the horizon. Oh my goodness. This is also a card of healing, of people coming together in a spirit of love and forgiveness. Are you involved in any relationships where misunderstanding or disputes have placed distance between you? Perhaps it's time to bring harmony back to those relationships by calling a truce and starting over again. Huh. Yeah. Because with the Two of Swords and the reverse in the outcome position, you know, this is things being in a stalemate. And there's, you know, no decision made here. And here I kind of feel like, you know, the truce, there is a truce here. There is a truce. There is a decision definitely being made. And definitely coming off the fence about something. I do think this involves a commitment of some sort. And there is some interesting stuff happening for you this month, Libra. I'll be interested to hear your feedback. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up or a heart on Patreon. Leave me a comment. I read all my comments and I love hearing from you guys. But I want to thank you for joining me, sending you many blessings, love, and light for a wonderful rest of April. And I'll see you guys in May for your love forecast. Take care.